We're at the inaugural pre-launch event of Jain International Trade Organization USA. The GITO USA is being held here near Rockefeller Center of Manhattan and is exclusively being covered by TV Asia USA. And let me tell you about GITO USA. Their main objective is to give platform, and the main vision and goal is to give platform to the young professionals and the business leaders across the USA. We have a very active member of GITO, that is Jain International Trade Organization, Mr. Dr. Sushil Jain. We have with us here, who's going to talk about his role. And first of all, I would just like to congratulate you on the inaugural of the USA chapter.
Thank you. We're very proud to do a pre-inauguration in New York, and it's a very proud moment to see so many people, nearly over 200 people, to be here, and many of them chose to become a life member, and that's phenomenal. And I think we're setting new standards for the other countries to follow and emulate what we have done. The volunteer and the teams here in New York is just incredible. So in other cities, we have a challenge ahead of us.
So it's been, I think, about a decade that GITO's been there. But with the pre-inaugural in USA, what are the cons you see and the difficulties you see here?
Well, actually, I don't see any difficulties. I see to try to bring the people together with the similar values and create a business network where they can flourish themselves and help and prepare for the next generation. So in India and throughout the last 7-8 years that I have observed personally in India and other countries, it has been a phenomenal experience. So we chose that we want to be part of the group, and we need the GITO International as much as they need us, because otherwise it becomes a big vacuum. So we want to make sure, of course, North America is one of the places where people do a lot of business. Billions and billions and trillions of dollars of trades are done, and we as the Jain community want our fair share, along with our other Indian friends, to make sure that we set up the right standards for the next generation. We want to incubate them.
That's what I heard in your speech. You were talking about a lot of, you wanted to just give a nice platform for the future generation especially. So how do you see and how do you think it works, like when you talk about the established professionals, the entrepreneurs and the starters?
Well, the solution is very simple. We have seen communities, the faith-based communities like the Jewish communities, Baha'i community, Mormon community, have done it so well. And it behooves upon us to learn from them and try to implement whatever we can, and in that process we partner and flourish together. So, as we say, America is the melting pot. It's really not a melting pot. It's more like a salad bowl. And the culture provides the dressing. And our children are actually born as an Americans. And the view and the thinking is that of our American colleagues or the other faith colleagues. What we bring on the table is the value that our faith brings in, and the networking throughout the globe. Jain community is a very small, but whatever we're just like our other communities are small. So as a small community, we can accomplish a lot, and I think we have seen those examples being set in other countries. So we hope to emulate the same here.
And how did it go today? If I talk about the members. You got some new members?
We have over, I think, 60 or 70 people that became a life member and up. So that's phenomenal. So now that's just the beginning. It's a one-time payment, and now it's phenomenal. It gives us that driving engines. So now we have the fuel, the engines, and now we just have to start implementing the programs.
So we have Mr. Sanjay Lodha, the chairman of GITO, Jain International Trade Organization. We have here him with us. Congratulations, first of all, sir, for the inaugural of the USA chapter.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you, TV Asia. We had a very successful launch of the GITO New York chapter today, which was attended by more than 250 people. And the pledge is by about $1 million from the members here to start the GITO in a big way in the US.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sure you have a very, very long association with GITO, and now you see it growing. So how do you think it's been growing and progressing each year?
GITO is one of the largest and most rapidly growing organization for the Jains around the world, with the professionals, with the industrialists, and the entrepreneurs and the youth and the women. So it brings the entire family together, whether it's a child in the family or a youth in the family or husband or wife. And it's a platform that's focused on the economic empowerment, bringing all the Jains on a economic empowerment platform, giving the best of the education in the globe, and also the services for the masses. With that, now we have more than 100 chapters in India. We're opening 10 chapters internationally, with 7 of them in the US, and it's got now 20,000 members and a pledge of close to $100 million US. So it's growing rapidly, it's bringing the change. It's about the technology, it's about the business processing outsourcing, it's about the youth, and it's about everything new that we do in the modern era, with the digital era and the Internet of Things, is for the generations to come.
So like you said, you have more than 20,000 members. But when we talk about the youth, where for them you really want to give a platform. How do you think in your community, first if you say, the youth are responding to this organization?
Youth is the backbone and the foundation of what we do, and we know the future is for the youth. So currently we have 5,000 youth who are signed up, and youth is defined as the person between the age of 18 and 35. So if they come with a new idea, we give them the incubation centers, the offices free of cost to train them. We train them to the accelerator centers at the Microsoft and world-class companies free of cost, and also we provide them the angel funding and the funding that is required to start a startup. That's on a big way. We also provide them the education free of cost, and we give them the loans also the interest free, because youth is our future, and significant number of our people in our organization in the management post come from the youth. So it's going very well for the youth.
So how do you see getting the support from the Indian, if we talk about the large community, your large community back in India, from there the big entrepreneurs, and over here, how do you get the support of these people and have a balance?
Oh, the support is big. So we just had one program in London a month ago, which was attended by Lakshmi Mittal, the tycoon from the industry. We had Gopichan Hinduja. So the youth is the common theme across the globe, because youth is the future. So we're getting a tremendous support. So we got a lot of members who are our corporate members, and they have taken a pledge to provide the employment for a lot of our youth. So last year we provided the employment for 2,000 youth at various positions in India and abroad through the Jito platform. So it's really making a big plus. Our goal is to have at least 50,000 youth in the next 2 years becoming members of Jito, or Jito Youth. We call it Jito Youth.
We have Mr. Prem Jain here, the member of advisory board of Jito here. Hi, sir. Welcome on TV Asia.
Hi, Jai Jinendra.
Congratulations on the inaugural pre-launch of the USA chapter first, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. I think this is a great platform for the Jain community in North America. All the Jain business people, Jain entrepreneurs, Jain business people, entrepreneurs, as well as the Jain professional people. This is a platform for them to make sure that they can leverage this, and this is economic empowerment for them. This is for creating knowledge and learning from each other and making and grow their business.
And you have a 5-year-old association with the organization, the Jain International Trade Organization. How do you see it growing?
In the last 5 years, Jito has grown tremendously. There is a lot of chapters came out. There's about 86 chapters overall, Jitos in India as well as abroad. And Jito has done so many different programs. The most important one is the IAS officers, and the second one is related to the youth exchange program, which is we were involved with it, and that's where our partnership with Jito started. We have a youth exchange program which started in India. We bring the youth here, they go to different cities, they learn about US cultures, they learn about how the things are growing up US, and it's really very beneficial to these youths coming from India, and we want to do the same thing for the youth going from here to India.
So youth are signing up too, like being your members?
Sorry, say
Are they signing up also? Are they becoming your members of the whole organization?
This is the first time we are launching and asking people to sign up as a membership in US, and this is a chapter in New York, We are planning to have a chapter in San Francisco, in Atlanta, in Houston, Chicago, and many other cities down the road.
And how do you think you're going to achieve the public service goals? How does that work?
The public service goals works is that we are making it sure that first is provide scholarship, provide loans, provide the people who are underprivileged to make sure that we can help them out. At the same time, also provide services to the business people, to the professional people, and to entrepreneurs, particularly to make sure that we connect them to the venture capitalists. Okay, make sure that they can have a relationship, and even we are encouraging social entrepreneurship as a part of this.
And what do you have to say on today's event? Like I saw about like more than 200 people turning up. So how did you feel?
This is really excellent start. This is a very historic day for the Jain community in North America, and I'm very proud to say that I think the support and the enthusiasm which is the New York Jain community has given to this particular platform is tremendous, and this is a very, very successful event, and I want to congratulate particularly Rajiv Pandya to really organize this and taking the lead and making this happen.
So we have Mr. Rajiv Pandya here from Jito, and I just want to congratulate in the beginning for such a fantastic evening so far, and the inaugural pre-launch of the USA chapter.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. There was a function in London, and out of that, a lot of people from all Jains from about 25 countries came, about 250 people, and at that point, this was just 30, 45 days ago. And at that point, I was kind of encouraged to see that we felt that the Jains have to connect as a community, any community, and they have to help and support each other. In this case, this is for the Jains. It's known as Jain International Trade Organization. The main organization is from India, so this will be the launch of the New York chapter. It's the first chapter. And in 2018, we plan to do about 8 to 10 cities across the country, and then form the structure that will enable networking of Jains, and hopefully what we plan to do after that is help future Jains. So if they need to tap into a resource of need help in anything, in terms of a job opportunity, mentorship, financing, is to connect all the Jains. We know, being living in the US, especially in New York, how powerful the Jewish community is, and it is because they support and help each other over generations. And that's what we want to do, because we know our kids are not going back. They're going to be living here, so how do we increase their chances of success? So,
Like talking about today evening, I saw a lot of people turning up today, more than 200 people today. So it's a great response. And what do you have to say when you talk so much about the youth and you are so concerned about their future here in the US? How do you think they take it as, and how do they respond to the whole organization?
So one thing is the youths of America that have grown up here don't have the baggage of India, the differences in language, traditions, and all of that. For them, they're Americans. And I think with every ethnic group they associate, and this term we're Jains, they are willing and they want to help other Jains. So that is inherent in their thinking. I'll give you an example. My son goes to college. He went and interviewed for the marketing club at Cornell. He goes to Cornell, and the boy there that was the chairperson of that committee happened to be a Jain. And he wanted Akshay so badly to get in. That's my son, but for whatever reason, it's a learning curve. It's not easy. They learn. This is by trial and error. He didn't get in. But the fact that that boy felt that he should help another Jain was very important to me in terms of seeing the future generation, that they are willing to help others and help others succeed. So that, I think, is very critical.
Here today, we're especially talking about the USA chapter. So, is it going to be, there's some strategic planning, some different planning?
Well, yes. US obviously is very different than from India. We don't have the numbers. Approximately, there's about 150,000 Jains in America at this point. That's our approximate estimate. And basically, we plan to launch the chapters in about 10 cities in 2018 and 19. Which will connect all the different Jains. And basically you can call it like a LinkedIn of Jains in terms of support infrastructure, face-to-face activities, and all the different things that we can do to empower Jains. So that's the objective. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.